Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. So this is a 12 by 24 inch canvas, and there's some interesting things about it, but not enough interesting things about it to keep me from wanting to do something interesting, more interesting with it, shall we say. And I've just decided that I'm going to go with African Violet over the gold. And with it, I'm going to add some blue velvet. And with that, I think I'm going to also use some Waterlily. And since I've got Frozen, and I don't think it's going to hurt anything to try it, I'm going to try it. Now when it comes time to try and get the paint to go down into that point that I'm working at, that I'm not succeeding at, I'm going to grab my little silicone tool. And then I've got some homemade spatula head toothy tools, which I've been using a lot recently. Nothing wrong with that. I like that I can scrape off my extra. Now it's usually a good idea to have something around you can wipe your excess off. And I'm going to clean both of my tools on my kitchen sponge that's stamped from earlier. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use my graduated tool. Although I have a lot of paint there I can see. That needs to go somewhere. If your paint is too thick, you're going to have an issue because the stripes will fill back in. So it's really best to spread it out as much as possible, which I'm back to doing again. Yes, I am. I'm trying to get more and more organic lately, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But right now I'm going to use one of the tools from Michaels, if I can lay my hands on it. There it is. Hands on it. There it is. It has graduated from large to small. And then I'm going to flip it around. And I'm going to wipe it off on my piece of silicone that I trimmed off of the thing that fits on top of my turntable. Then I want to try some Anita's. Which I'm running low on, but it does go a ways. Let me get rid of the rest of that paint. I wanted to use some dancing fuchsia actually on top of that. And I want to do it before I spread it out. I might want some Whispering Wisteria also. And there could certainly get some black coming into play at some point in time. Just spreading this out so I have less chance of filling in my gaps. Want to keep my gaps, the color showing through from the underside. Not that it's the most interesting painting I've done this to. For sure it's not. And I can always outline with some more paint. I'm inclined to use some orange right now. Without paint chips, please. Kind of like how that looks, actually. I'm going to wipe off my tools again, or tool. I might wipe off that somewhere else, like on the edge. Now I wiped off my graduated tool and I think I'm going to use it again. I want to take my residuals and do something with them. If I keep trying long enough, I'll get some kind of texture out of that. I suppose I could just wipe it off, smear it down with my silicone brush and drag through it again, but I'm not that unhappy with that. So I'm being called to deep amethyst and I didn't pull it out yet. And I want it. And I've got indigo violet. Why am I not seeing the deep amethyst? Maybe the indigo violet's going to have to do. I think I found the deep amethyst hiding in my cell activators, but I might want the indigo violet with it. I might want some chrysocolla with it too. This time I might leave some of the background. That's the deep amethyst. I'm glad I found it. This is the indigo violet. And maybe if I start swiping. No, I want some Wisteria now. And maybe some dancing fuchsia. And it occurs to me I can use my silicone brush to scrape paint off a dry canvas. So that could be handy in a second. Very shortly, I think. I'm tempted. I've got violet interference color. That might come into play at some point in time. Kind of want more of that Spring Wisteria. I'm not sure that it will show up as in I'm using it over the... I need to scrape this off. I want it to show up. I may have to add it afterwards. Being called back to blue again. So I might as well listen, right? Oh, and it's almost closed. I think I caught it. Right before it shut down completely on me. What is that? Something in the paint. Or maybe it's dried on the canvas. Either way, I don't remember it's there when I go to scrape through. Kind of feeling like using some more Chrysocolla, or I haven't actually used it yet, have I? But I think I will. In this case, it's not Chrysocolla. In this case, it's Agave Blue. I forgot that I changed my mind. Alright, I've got lovely paint left over and no place to put it. And it's time to grab a scrape dish. Because if it's enough of a little puddle, it'll stay damp for long enough for me to maybe have a chance to use it. In the meantime, wipe off my spatula. This might be a multi-stage process. That deep amethyst stained my spatula. I'm surprised. Okay, so I've been using the graduated tool, but I'm thinking I want to use something wider than that. And I'm going to have to do something. What do I want to do with my residuals? I do want to do something. I don't want to do what I just did, which is drip them. Okay, that's different. I'll just pick these up. A little color might not hurt anything right there anyway. So I'll wipe those off. And my tool. Keep the paint from drying on there. So what now? I'm thinking the orange might be nice, but I want to finish what I started. And my bits are filling in. I need the small end of so I can't do what I want to do, but I might be able to try and tidy up this edge. That doesn't look too bad. What I need to do is that, although I only got part of it, I guess that'll work. So do I do black or white? I want to do white. I want to do Anita's. I'm just nervous about it. I don't even know how it's going to work, but first time I did it with the Dancing Fuchsia, so let me clean off the tools. I need a more vibrant color still. I was talking about orange. I haven't given up on that idea completely. I was also talking about interference purple, but I think I completely forgot about that. So I've got a tool I haven't used. It's graduated, but it's got larger teeth, so it should show through more color. I'm not sure about that at all. I use my residuals right there though. So I keep being called to yellow and I'm trying to ignore it, but I'm not succeeding. So I was threatening yellow, but I think I'm going to use some yellow orange. And I'm going to try and apply it with my smaller silicone brush. I think a little more is in order. I kind of like that. I'm definitely looking forward to trying some orange. Just picked up a little bit of purple. Hate wasting paint, but sometimes you just got to do it. So I've got the small end of a graduated tool, and I think that's what I'm going to use here. I've got that stretcher bar underneath this canvas, so now definitely thinking the orange. And I'm thinking maybe some black up through here, I'm not sure. I've got paint there I wish I hadn't left on. Seems like my tip has decided to be closed. I like those cells. I probably should have left them. Alright, I've got white I need to get off my spatula. And a filament attached to my, or something. Filament of some kind. I'm really trying to contemplate leaving some of the painting that was behind, because it's kind of cool, some of it. Dragging a little piece of something on my blade of my spatula, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. It's evidently dried on paint. Gotta keep the edges clean. This one's retired. If there's a clean one around, I'll be using that one instead. Alright, so back to the big blade, big toothy tool. Now I've got extra again. I'm just going to use it because I can. So right now I want to use, well, it's still open, I guess, my Dancing Fuchsia. Is it open? No, it's not really open. Hang on. Might have to be a different color if I can't get this open now. I got it open enough to use. Come on. Got my parents' little watercolor tool. And that's not too bad. It will bleed into the white. If I want to do anything else, it's going to have to be some other time. It's not bad. I want black. I want it now, too. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Seems like there's more of it than I anticipated. By a long shot. I need a much smaller tool. And I haven't seen it in a while. I found it. Yes, I love it. Well, it's imperfect, but so is life. Kind of thinking about my little nail art tool. See what I might want to do with it. I've got this other tool. It's not stiff enough for me to do what I want though. I've got a tool that has a sort of a pen tip on it. I wipe that off. I might get another stripe out of it. Not unhappy with any of that. That's all the time I have for right now anyway. So I feel like, see what I feel like doing to this tomorrow, if anything at all. This is dry. I have to admit I'm having a little bit of a hard time making up my mind what to do, but I'm going to use some Frozen. And start there. And hope that it works the way I anticipate it, without that sweater fuzz. And it shouldn't have to be as smooth as if you weren't going to scrape through, because I am going to scrape through. I want to use my residuals though. So I can wipe off my tool. I'm going to use my smallest spatula head. With the wider the teeth are, the more paint shows through from behind. Where to start? Can I wipe that off and continue? Seems like a good enough start to me. If I were really clever, I'd find a way to rescue the paint I'm wiping off. But I think that's going to be okay. Now I was drawn to the Dancing Fuchsia, which was open when I checked it last. Evidently not very open. I don't want... I might just have to settle for ginger flower, because I know that's okay. Come back and clean out my other bottle. Really like to have some though. I wouldn't mind mixing them. I use a smaller. So that's ginger flower and Dancing Fuchsia, because I wasn't really given that much of a choice. I wanted to use some black someplace, but I'm not sure where it would be. And maybe it wouldn't be at this stage anyway. There's more paint there than I want, which means my grooves that I scrape up are very likely to show through, excuse me, fill in. And the only solution I can come up with is to completely fill in that whole space, which might be okay. Except for it's taking too long. Okay. I gotta learn to leave those marks behind. I kind of like them. I think I'm going to use my residuals right there. Kind of like that. I've been thinking about orange right here. And maybe if there's paint still left on, yes there is. Well, I'm not going to mind if I get some in there. Suffice it to say. I think there's going to be more. I don't want excess though. I thought I might use more Anita's in there. Anita's white metallic, that is. I guess it comes down to just deciding to fill in this whole spot. I was looking to leave some negative space, but maybe I'm better off not trying to do that right now. Could always come back and add some negative space. I have to turn that all the way around. I could always clean it up, especially since it's dry canvas. I could always clean it up by using a silicone brush or something similar. Now, what do? I think I'm going to use my plastic spatula head. And allow my residuals to remain. I kind of like that. I did a little pink over there. I'm thinking, I've got this dancing fuchsia. I wish I had cleaned my top out. Maybe there's enough right on my brush. Or maybe I can get a little tiny bit more. I got a little more. That's awesome. It's very neon, and it's a purely pigment. I like that. I might be very close to being done. I want to clean up my bad edge though. There, I like that. What am I going to do with this? Maybe put it right here. Because I can. That didn't seem to hurt anything. I've got some space right here. And some paint on my brush. Begs the question what to do with the orange. I'm almost done. I'm so close to being done. I don't want to put it there. don't think that worked very well. I think I'm better off leaving that filled in. Maybe even add a little more. That's looking a little messy. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now, is there anything else I need? I kind of want one more thing. I've been thinking about it for a while. Although I'm really liking that. I might want a little more. Definitely liking that. I want something right here, and I don't want it to be orange, and my saffron is on its side and waiting, so maybe that's going to be exactly what I'm going to do, as long as the top comes off and it isn't completely blocked, which it seems like it might be. Might take me a minute. Okay. Do I want to do anything else? This light is distracting and reflecting, and I can't get my dancing fuchsia out, but I could use the ginger flower. Where though? If I'm going to put more black in, it's going to be over here. I think the ginger flower is going to have to wait. Maybe not. That needs a mild adjustment. It's not hurting my feelings any. I am going to put some more black in. I don't know if I mind that or not. Still feeling like putting some white in there. I don't know how this is going to work. It's feeling risky. I want something bright over here. I might have gone past the point of no return. Add a little bit more of the ginger flower, just because I can. I'm happier with that now. I was worried it was going to be too busy, but I'm happy with it. I'm not sure I need to stripe it. Pretty cool. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliments that keep my morale boosted. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you watch longer or watch some of the commercials or make a comment, those things are all super helpful to me. My created playlists are on my YouTube channel, and if you go to my YouTube channel banner, you'll find the PayPal icon. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. My community board will show you tomorrow's videos. If you have questions or you want the paint pouring recipe, ask me questions. It will. The paint pouring recipe is below Show More. When you click Show More, you're going to find my email address. Thank you for everything. Shop my Amazon link, please. You can buy anything you want from there. And my 2 books are there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, volumes 1 and 2. Thank you again for being here. I love you guys dearly. You inspire the heck out of me. Bye for now. Priscilla out.